It's time to go where summer leads you during this season of discovery at Team Mazda. Transcend ordinary in the Mazda CX-5 or experience the next level of luxury in the all-new Mazda CX-90. Come by today and discover Mazda at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday morning. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Now at 7:03. Yeah. I got you, boo.
Thank you. Thank you. You know what? It's been a minute since I wore a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're usually, and you're not digital, which I respect.
No,
yeah.
I've got it's I have one as a 10-year anniversary present from my wife, but it always stops.
Oh well, do you choose
the wedding,
the bad?
The marriage, that keeps going. Strong. Is that too much?
No,
Welcome
never.
to it, everybody. As Liz mentioned, WAFB Plus here for the 9 News Nows. In the moment, in the now, sun's up. And this thing actually made it go to work on us to the tune of a possible record today.
Yeah, that's the thing. Record highs is what Dr. Steve Caparata had been showing us all morning. So let's check in with our resident meteorologist to find out just how hot we're going to get today. Steve, record highs?
Yeah, it looks that way, guys. We're going to be very close today and in the coming days. I'm going to give you a look at that in a moment. First off, though, heat advisory today, area-wide, that runs through 7 o'clock this evening. Sunshine, we got plenty of it already this morning. That's our Sky 9 camera in Port Allen, brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake. Sun coming up over the state capitol. It's heating up, and it's going to heat up in a hurry. 78 Baton Rouge, Gonzales 75, Patterson right now at 76. I've quickly got us into the low, maybe even mid-90s in some areas by noon. The high today, 99, and rain chances running much lower, under 20%. So that's certainly a change from what we've seen the last couple of days. The heat index certainly going to be an issue later this morning on into the afternoon, peaking near or a little bit above 110. Yesterday got up to 109 in Baton Rouge. I think probably even a little bit higher than that today. So with that in mind, if you have to be outdoors, please be careful. Now back to that point about a potential record high. The orange bars here, those are my forecast numbers. 99 today, tomorrow, Thursday, forecasting 100 Friday, 97 Saturday. Now the red bars I'm going to paint on, these are the record highs. So 99 is the record today. That was set all the way back in 1908, more than 100 years ago. Tomorrow, record is 98, so 99 would break that. That's also more than 100 years old. Thursday, the record 99. I've got us tying that. Friday, maybe a degree shy, the 101 record, and then Saturday I've got us at 97 with a record of 99. You get the idea, though. Near record warmth right on into maybe the first part of the weekend. All right, rain chances today, as I mentioned, they're going to be minimal. This is the graph model. And as we pause at noon, not much happening. Shows a blip or two here. As we get into the afternoon now, 3 o'clock, it's got just a couple of showers on the board, not much. As we head into the evening, 6 o'clock and later, whatever isolated showers and storms do develop, expected to wind down pretty quickly. So rain chances much lower today than what we've seen the last couple of days. Here's why. A big high pressure dome we've been talking about, still centered out to our west, but it's building eastward now. So we're now starting to get more underneath that high pressure dome, kind of puts a lid on the atmosphere, limits rain chances, and that results in more heat as well. That's why we'll be near those record highs. So that will dominate our weather through Friday, the first half of Saturday, but some changes do arrive over the weekend. We pick it up Saturday morning on the European model. Cold front welts our north, but during the day it drops southward, and as it gets closer, the European showing pretty good coverage of rainfall by late Saturday. That's Saturday evening, 7 o'clock. Sunday morning, the front approaches, starts to stall out, so kind of off and on showers and storms showing up during the day on Sunday. And with that in mind, by Sunday especially, highs should be held down closer to normal, but not so much over the next several days. Upper 90s to near 100 degrees right on through at least Friday. I've still got 97 Saturday because I think much of that rain holds off until late, but Sunday we're in the low 90s with those good rain chances. And then on into the first part of next week, week. Hopefully a little bit closer to normal. Scattered, mainly afternoon storms and highs in the low to mid 90s. 7:07 now with an update on the roads. Here's Johnny Asian.
And here in the 7 o'clock hour, still rolling along pretty nicely. This is I-12 inbound from Denham Springs all the way through East Baton Rouge Parish. That's I-12 between Millerville and Sherwood. I-10 traffic between the 10-12 and downtown. And our drive times are coming in pretty good. Bridge traffic is also moving well. We are starting to see that slow down a little bit. Again, eastbound when you come into the Baton Rouge area, right at the 110 interchange where it splits off. Coming in from Gonzales, we're about 16 minutes from Highway 30 to the 1012. 14 minutes is not much slower than normal, and that's on I-12 from Juban to the 1012, and then another 4 minutes and you're in the downtown area. So 7:07, we are looking pretty good on the interstates this morning and in and around Baton Rouge. We capsule the morning headlines and give it to you in bullet form. Short little brief update for you every morning at 7 o'clock on WAFB Plus. We go back to Studio B with Liz and Matt for that, guys.
Johnny, and we start with this, a community alert from Zachary Police here. They're kind of sharing that early morning alert to let people know, look, folks, we've seen several vehicle thefts and burglaries, and we want to let you know to lock up.
So yeah, brand new this morning. This just coming in, so we want to make sure that you know about it. A number of thefts and burglaries there in the Zachary community. And so those valuables kind of taken. The advice you always kind of hear, make sure the doors are locked. Clearly, right, to make a break-in maybe a little bit more challenging. And certainly make sure you got no valuables within sight. Hide that stuff, bring it in, that kind of thing, and then report those suspicious activities to Zachary PD, or you can call 911, Crime Stoppers as well. They put this stuff online, you can clearly see it. This is what, Facebook?
Yeah.
So the warnings are everywhere.
Yeah, so please, the reason why they're putting this out there is because people reported those burglaries to them. So if you think you've been a victim in the Zachary community, go ahead and report that so they can keep that log going. Maybe they can find a common thread that'll kind of link all of these together and hopefully find a culprit.
That's the idea. All right, folks, a little bit later on today, we are going to we're going to be up at the state capitol for you. Session is back in, apparently. This is a veto override session, gaveling in at noon today. And they'll have 5 days to figure out whatever it is they want to do.
This is the third time in 3 years they've had a veto override session. So early this year, Governor John Bel Edwards vetoing 28 different items. So 5 days lawmakers have to tackle this. And what could be centered around a number of different things. 28 is a lot. They're expected to focus on LGBTQ issues. A lot of constituents reaching out to their lawmakers saying that they want this kind of tackled on the front end before school starts, before any of this kind of moves forward. So they say that's the expectation for these next 5 days. You
mentioned the better than 25, 26, 27, 28 bills vetoed there. So yeah, do any of the others get attention? Some of them involving the state budget, some of them involving corporate taxes. It seems to be, to your point, there's a lot of focus on the LGBTQ issues and what some of these lawmakers say their constituents want. So we'll see. But again, they're supposed to gavel in right around noon today. 5 days, that's all they get.
That's it.
All right, from that to this, an arrest made. We got this news this morning. An arrest made in the latest Baton Rouge homicide investigation.
Do you remember literally 24 hours ago, we were just talking about the latest. At that point, Baton Rouge police told us they were working a homicide investigation. A man, 34-year-old Christopher Holden, seemingly found in a park off of Flannery Road. They didn't believe he was killed there. They believe he was killed and then brought there. Well, over the last 24 hours, we've learned that this woman, 42-year-old Janice Frazier, accused and arrested in connection to killing her partner, Christopher Holden.
Exactly right. They're saying that the two are in a domestic relationship. They believe the shooting happened actually, according to lawmakers, somewhere along Boulevard of Province. Now being charged with, among other things, second-degree murder and obstruction of justice. But they also say the investigation is continuing. So we'll see what they pull from this. But now an arrest made in that body found Saturday morning.
Multiple crime scenes involved here too.
That's the idea.
We'll follow it.
Okay, speaking of violence, workshop to focus addressing violence in the Baton Rouge community, specifically maybe perhaps gun violence.
There's a lot of people who talk about how much of it is happening, but if you want to be a part of the solution, well, the Mayor President's Office hosting a series of workshops today and tomorrow. The first one's happening today from 11 to 4. Second one's happening from 5 to 8. If you've got input, or if you just kind of want to figure out how to be a part of the solution, or maybe you have a potential solution you think would help, today's the day to weigh in on it. If you search, go to Eventbrite, search Safe, Healthy, Happy Baton Rouge. The event should come up, and it's not just today, Matt.
Right, they got one tomorrow as well. The idea is making it a number of different times. You were talking earlier, like, look, man, I got to work this time to this time. I can't make it. So they're having it twice today, once tomorrow, hopeful to get as many people as possible a part of the conversation, because that's the only way this is going to work.
Yeah.
As many people as possible a part of the conversation. But find the story; it's right there waiting for you, and then find your way over to that get together. Boy, tough story here, and the investigation continues into exactly what happened. A car and a body inside the car recovered from Bayou Sorrell.
The Iberville Parish Sheriff's Office investigating this one. They say witnesses told them that they saw a man driving into Bayou Sorrell in his car in the vehicle. So right now we don't know the identity of that driver. The Sheriff's Office still working to identify that person's family and then the circumstances around this. It is quite bizarre to hear about a man just witnessing this happening. So as soon as we get details on that, we're going to let you know, but still waiting on the identity of that driver at this point.
All right, let's get through some of these as well. St. George organizers, they lost in court recently on Friday over the weekend, that kind of thing. In an appeals court, they're saying they're not done trying to fight for their city.
In the meeting at the transition meeting there at the Woodlawn Baptist Church, organizers of the St. George district there saying that they will continue to fight this year, take it to an appeals court with the Louisiana Supreme Court. So we'll follow the latest in that process as well.
Kelly Hubbard was live this morning. Maybe some good job opportunities, a career fair maybe you want to be a part of?
How about North Shore Technical Community College trying to meet the demand and fill the jobs needs here, right? The jobs report talking about adding 200,000 jobs to the U.S. economy.
Yeah.
Well, part of those jobs, labor skills, and that's what NTCC is known for. So if you're thinking about finding a new career today, you may want to head out to the Walker campus.
You want to be a head coach in the SEC, head football coach in the SEC?
That's a stressful job.
Man alive. Brian Kelly pictured right here, of course, the head coach of the Fighting Tigers of LSU. They were Team 1, Day 1 at SEC Media Days yesterday there in Nashville. Day 2 today, one of the heavy hitters, the heavy hitter, going to be Georgia. I don't know, guys, what do you think? Georgia the favorites again, SEC Media Days as it plays out?
Probably.
Yeah, sounds like it. They're going to be tough to upend, but who knows? I mean, look, Brian Kelly came in year 1, won the SEC West.
True.
Beat Bama. So it was a heck of a year. Expectation, you know, you got Jaden Daniels coming back. You got Nussmeyer's. You know, your second string is a really good quarterback. So we'll see.
Yeah,
that's a good point. It's a good point.
Shaping up to be a pretty good season ahead. I think they're going to give a run for our money. It's going to be good for Tiger fans.
He was quick to say in the SEC Media Days yesterday, he's like, you're not kidding? We've already got national titles won in year 2. He knows what he needs to be doing year 2. Should be interesting.
On. We'll see you in 10 minutes with another.
You could be driving.
Smooth handling and smart interior styling. Just 2 reasons why the all-new Honda CR-V was once again named a Car and Driver's 10 Best Trucks and SUV list. Come see your new CR-V today at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Seagan Lane.